And then finally, the UN obliterates all boundaries. So, what's on your mind and what's on my mind is what will happen next. So, what happened was there was a document that was released that gave the playbook for the end times. So, this is going by the book, the Bible, foretold by the prophets, Jesus, the scribes thousands of years ago. And as of September 22nd, when the official declaration was made, we have a counterfeit global narrative. That's the counterfeit Bible, that is Luciferian. So here are the details that you need to know for your loved ones. There is going to be yoked air, that means an integrated weapon system, as I've talked about so often, aircraft, ordnance, and other weapons to facilitate delivery in kinetic engagements. Significant chemical and biological releases to leverage biopower in the non-kinetic and kinetic domains. What is non-kinetic warfare? It includes things such as information operation, influence operations, and information manipulating. Key leader influencers are going to persuade or change your behavior. Lawfare, using the legal mechanisms to constrain or disrupt your opposition to the illegal and evil operations. Criminal legal action, pursuing criminal charges against individuals and organizations to disrupt that are trying to attempt to disrupt UN activities. Security detentions, asset freezes. This is only a partial list. My subscribers receive the full list of all the planned operations against regular, ordinary people and citizens in the United States and around the world. So, what is kinetic warfare? It includes physical engagements, all manner of weaponry, including hard weaponry and soft weaponry, and lethal force against you, your loved ones, and friends. Any person that is considered a burden, a risk, or a threat will be defined, identified, and targeted for elimination. This is all inclusive, whether you are a current threat or potentially a future threat. Disruptive effects incurred by deterrent intervention will last anywhere from 2 months to 10 years in duration until everyone complies or is depopulated. There will be new demonic manifestations as a consequence of the portals and the UN declaration. This will include the construct and the embodiment and the revelation of the Antichrist. The coming operations will include and induce the following. There will be a fear factor to induce you to give up your personal and country sovereignty. The fear of a recognized or unknown chemical biological threat, but it's not solely just chemical and biological, can significantly influence decision makers in the decision-making processes and the resultant political, economic, and military postures. Ambiguity and uncertainty. There will be a plethora of misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. Due to the UN Pact for the Future, you may be charged and or executed for spreading any of these. What is malinformation? We all know what misinformation and disinformation is, but what is malinformation? It refers to factual information that is shared with a malicious intent, such as to harm a person's reputation, such as the UN, or to create chaos. It is distinct from misinformation, which is false or inaccurate information, and disinformation, which is intentionally false or misleading information spread to deceive or manipulate. There is also going to be a plethora of low cost, high impact operations. I think there will be many symbolic using an algorithm known as Carver that will impact the economy. There is going to be a triple helix at play in many of these operations and dimensions. If you want to learn more, subscribe at celestialreport2.com. There is going to be a radical leveling. I cannot express this strong enough. At the beginning of 2000, the term um, leveling the playing field is I first began to hear it in governmental circles. Now they have stepped it up. They're talking about radical leveling, which is more than just hurricanes. It is radically leveling rights, radically leveling economies, radically leveling the environment, and so forth. And these are going to be employed for deterrence initiatives. This means that every facet of our life will be demolished, and the Great Reset and all the globalist plans are operational at this time. The powers that be intend to change the hearts and mind, your heart and mind, by altering your will and capacity to fight. That really began at the beginning of COVID. They want you to bend the knee to the collective, both in your cognition, your emotions, and your behavior, and view them as the domain masters. So I'm coming public with this. I want you to be prepared, be safe under the shadow of his wings. Do not fear, for they feed on fear. God bless each one of you and those you love.